Rondo, Serena Winters, Valley Sports. Hey, what has been your biggest takeaway so far in this time playing for both Coach Bickerstaff and just this Cavs system?
Just how much respect he has from the young guys. Anything he says, guys are pretty serious and locked in, understanding that, he means business and it's always for the greater good of the team.
You've played with a ton of rookies throughout your career. What stands out to you most about Evan Mobley?
I think it's the skill set. He might be the most talented rookie I've ever played with. Being able to control so many things on the court, even without scoring the basketball.
When you say the most talented rookie you've ever played with, potentially, that really says something just because of how many you have played with. What about his skill set stands out to you the most?
Probably his knack for the ball. Like I said, this is length, things you can't coach or teach. He has those skill sets, and it's a matter of him, developing to I guess you turn 24, 25 years old, you get a little bit stronger and physically part of the body, and he'll have those games to elevate and control even more once he gets a little more physical.
Does he seem like a guy who picks things up kind of right away versus having to keep drilling it over and over again in terms of how he's learning?
Well, it's a lot of things coming at him fast, so it's not necessarily that he doesn't pick it up. It's just, he has such a huge responsibility and role for this team, which a lot of rookies do, but not all of them have success, at an early age.
And then what type of communication are you already starting to build with Darius?
Well, like I told you earlier, from the first time I was traded, Darius is the first guy that reached out, via text. And Darius and I know each other because we have the same workout guy out in California. So we pretty much know each other, but we didn't obviously have the chemistry that we have now, and understand that we talk on a daily basis. And he understands that, I only want nothing but the best for him, and everything I've, had in my experience in my career. It's only right for me to give it back to the young guys that's behind me.
You had talked to me about, having the same trainer and wanting to work out together, but that you hadn't really had much time to do that. I know you haven't played a ton on the floor together with him, but you've definitely played with him in the past couple of weeks. What about his game have you, I guess, picked up on that maybe you didn't know about when you didn't play with him?
Right now, I think he's the best closer in the game. And, I play with a lot of talented players, and the way he puts the weight on his shoulders, he pretty much has to make every play for us in the fourth, which he has been doing, especially in that stretch, coming from the West Coast trip. I've seen a point guard play, 21 years old, like I said, it's in those tough environments and coming out with W's. And every guy he matched up against, so-called all-stars you want to claim, he busted their ass, and he did it with a dub as well.
Thank you so much.
Kelsey?
Kelsey Russo, The Athletic. Hey, Rajon, how are you?
Kelsey, how you doing?
I'm good. I know you said when you first got here, you had watched film a couple games before the trade on the Cavs, and then after playing a couple games when you were out with the hamstring, how helpful was it even just to still be around the team, be around the guys, and watch those games from the bench just to continue to pick things up? So when you came back, you sort of just fit right back in.
Well, I think it's huge. I think in all the growth of my teams I play for, just developing chemistry early, being around the guys, small things as far as being on the same plane and traveling through the hotels is a big step as well. So hurt or not hurt, I always try to travel with the team and be around the guys so we can kind of pick up on dialogue and study and understand each other's tendencies.
Thank you.
Chris
Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Rajon, how are you, man?
How you doing, Chris?
I'm good. Hey, going back to Evan for a quick second, I know you've been around a lot of talented rookies throughout the course of your career. Just how different is he than most rookies that you've been around?
He's probably the most quiet rookie.
Is that something that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Right. It can go both ways. Some rookies, come in a lot cockier and, have a lot to say, but he's, super quiet, very humble. He'll joke every once in a while here and there, try to get him to crack a smile, but he's a joy to be around. He's a sponge. And like I said, just the respect that he shows his coach and the rest of his teammates, comes a long way.
What is it about his game, Rajon, that translates so well to winning?
I think it's unselfishness. A lot of guys, it's not like he's out there looking for numbers or trying to make it seem like he's going for rookie of the year. He just kind of plays, within the flow of the game, takes his shots when need be, and then, he does everything coach asks of him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Marla,
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, Rajon, Seneca High School grad here. I just wanted to ask you one more thing about Darius and being a closer. What does it have to? Does it take some kind of inner calm to excel in that? Like, what do you think he has that inside him that makes him so good? That
I think obviously his father played the game. He has a lot of people around him that know, that study the game as well. And like I said earlier, he's a sponge. I think he wants to be great. He puts the work in. He studies the game even before I got here. So he definitely has poise. He's very calm, and he's a great leader at such a young age. And he has probably the best coach you can ask for a point guard. As far as to give you the ropes and allow you to have the freedom to make plays and make mistakes, but he doesn't make many mistakes in the fourth. Especially with the defenses that he's facing every night. Pretty much the scouting report, I was telling him that it's always going to be a big emphasis to stop you, and he's found ways around it to continue to be efficient. Shooting the ball, efficient in his passing, and making the right decisions.
And one thing about Mobley, about how quiet he is. Was that so? You weren't surprised when he didn't react to the dunk on Giannis?
Nah, I wasn't surprised at all. It's like I said, it's his personality, and I'm pretty quiet myself until actually some things happen. I might bark a little bit more, but other than that, that's his personality. I don't mind it, and it's like I said, it's very refreshing to come here and see so many humble guys that just want to win. And it's because a lot of guys haven't had their second deal, so guys can be playing for certain things. But JB, has done a great job understanding that these guys understand that if we win, that we all win. So. No Jared Allen questions. He's a potential all-star. No. Okay, good.
What does stand out to you about Jared? I mean, was there some you've learned about him since you came, or were you watching him from afar, kind of thing?
Well, I was aware of him, obviously playing against him. This is how he protects the rim. But just again, I can't speak enough of how great of a teammate he is. He comes in, he does his work, he doesn't complain. He doesn't complain when he doesn't get the ball. He just goes out and makes it happen. And with a bunch of hardworking guys on a team like that, it's so fun to work for and play with. And you're willing to go all the distance with all these guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Chris,
Yeah, Rajon, when it comes to Evan and Jarrett, why do you think they work so well together?
A big key is just their unselfishness. There's no jealousy. There's no, me involved in anything they do on the court, and they're willing to play off of one another. They're happy for each other's success. And I think that goes a long way at a very young age. It's hard to come by. I've, had experience in my past teams that, even older guys who made X amount of dollars and, certain amount of, games, certain people aren't always happy for the next. So it's just very refreshing to see that at such a young age. And, hopefully they can keep this core together.
You've been here for a little bit now. What is it about this group? What is it about this organization? What is it about this team that is such a great fit for you?
JB. I think he's.
Can you expand on that?
I just think he's laid the blueprint. Obviously I've been here for 19 days, and the respect that he has, throughout the organization, and understanding. That, like I said, he's been the perfect fit for these guys, and they look at him, I would say, as a father figure. He jokes all the time, but when he doesn't, guys are quiet and they listen and they understand that it's time to kind of lock in. He has that respect that I haven't seen throughout my career, and it's, like I said, it's fun to be a part of, and it's great to see, especially me being 16 years in, to understand that there is still teams and coaches like this in the NBA.